People went to jail after CHOGM. Yes. I hope you don't go to jail. So you need to handle this docket very, very carefully, because we saw what happened with CHOGM. It was a mess. We don't want a repeat of the same. So that's why I'm saying it's good for the minister also on a monthly basis update us on what's happening, appraise us.
Right Honourable Speaker, I wish to assure this House that the government remains fully committed to delivering a successful AFCON 2027. We will continue to work closely with all stakeholders to ensure that the required infrastructure, services and support system are completed within the agreed timelines. As preparations progress, government will keep this House regularly informed on implementation progress, key milestones achieved, and any emerging issues requiring attention. Before I sum up,
tournament, we want to make sure that the infrastructure is built, services Ugandans long after AFCON. We don't want to get reports like CHOGM and other reports, if you remember.
You want to? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to agree with both of them. Well, to appreciate both the Minister for his report and his passion, and the Shadow Minister for his feedback and equal passion. Mr. Speaker, two quick issues. The Minister has told us that 101 billion shillings has been earmarked to support some hotel facilities. Now, we would want to know what modus operandi was used to arrive at those who are going to benefit, because these are private, private hotel facilities. How did you arrive at them? It's very important. And again, there's two elements therein. There are those which are going to get some kind of credit facility, then there are those which are getting funding, a donation from government. So you need to clarify that, because your statement here is saying the funding will facilitate renovation works. That's number one. Then on the other end, provide interest support through UDB. So it would presuppose, and maybe you need to clarify this, it would presuppose some you're giving money to facilitate the renovation works, and then others are getting some kind of credit support. You need to clarify that. Number two, the intervention is awaiting the award of contract and confirmation of financing. That's for the passenger terminal at Kabalega Airport. AFCON is next year. I am a little bit worried. Mr. Speaker, in 2007 we had CHOGM here. I was a journalist and I covered CHOGM. We totally mishandled CHOGM. 2 days before the arrival of the Queen, they were giving money to this kind of hotels to build rooms. They were planting trees along Entebbe Road 2 days before the Queen arrived. We don't want to see a repeat of CHOGM, and so we are concerned. By the way, we all want AFCON 2027 to be a success, because we all get to benefit. Yes. So when it is mishandled, we all get to suffer. So I'm very concerned about these two issues. There are 101 billion. That's a lot of money. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I think it would be good for the Minister to appraise this House on a monthly basis, because we have a few months to CHOGM. We'd want to know on a monthly basis, because that money is appropriated here. What did I say? I said CHOGM. There you are. I pray for you, by the way. People went to jail after CHOGM. Yes. I hope you don't go to jail. So you need to handle this docket very, very carefully, because we saw what happened with CHOGM. It was a mess. We don't want a repeat of the same. So that's why I'm saying it's good for the Minister also on a monthly basis update us on what's happening, appraise us on all these developments, so that we are in tandem. Thank you.
The Honourable Minister, do you want to respond when the Prime Minister is also here on the other matters? Respond and the issue of the money.
Right Honourable Speaker, I want first to thank the Leader of Opposition and entirely thank my colleague, the Shadow Minister. He deserves a standing ovation for the observations he has raised. So I'm saying this,
between these ministries and also the Ministry of Sports and Education with the local leadership, When you go back, and it's not clear even on the roads that are going to be worked on in Hoima City, because he has brought it as a whole, but in Nambole and the Namave, he has highlighted clearly the roads that are going to be worked on. But when you look at Hoima City, it's not very clear. Last week we had a roads committee, and even the members in the roads committee, even the engineer of the city, they are not very certain about which roads are going to be worked on. The population has different information. There is a very big gap between the local organizing committee and the local leaders from Hoima City.
Honorable member, stick to your point. What you raised, was it answered?
Well, that's...
you are now raising other matters about the coordination with the local committees. We don't have that time now.
Right Honorable Speaker...
Are you satisfied with the response?
No, Right Honorable Speaker, this shows that I'm not satisfied because, one, it has not given the details. What is on the ground is different, and what we are being read for here, it's also different. Because when you look, we all know that AFCON has a timeline.
Honorable member, we need you to appreciate how government works. And I need you, when a question has been raised by yourself, they are telling you that you need to resume your seat. I'm guiding so that it can help other people. You started very well. When a minister or government responds to your question, you must listen. And I think they should give you even this statement early, so that you can come here and say, I am satisfied, or this has not addressed, so that we put the minister to task. But when the minister has answered and you say, but also you have not told us about the roads in Hoima, you know, those are, please, can you answer whether this satisfies you or not?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for that guidance. Of course, back to my question, it was about the infrastructure, the non-football related infrastructure development projects that are ongoing. And in the statements of the minister, really some have been answered and some have not been answered. Like you've guided that, well, government, that's how it operates. My fear was about the time frame, because we all know, because today I had the Prime Minister also trying to emphasize that we should not allow us losing this chance of the AFCON, because the President has pledged and has promised the Ugandans, and that's why I was trying to raise this, so that we all get to know. But I thank the Minister for this, and I believe that the Minister will organize an interface so that we get to know more about what is being done. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Minister of Education.
I urge the government to prioritize the timely completion of all AFCON 2027 infrastructure and related facilities well before CAF returns for its final inspection. Uganda should not wait until the last minute to address critical gaps, as this risks unnecessary embarrassment and could undermine our credibility as a co-host nation. Completing the works ahead of the final inspection will provide sufficient time for testing, certification, rectification of any defects identified, and proper operation readiness, thereby demonstrating that Uganda is fully prepared to successfully host the tournament. Will government commit to presenting monthly progress reports to Parliament and implementation milestones so that this House can effectively exercise its oversight role? We want to make sure that the infrastructure is built services Ugandans long after AFCON. We don't want to get reports like CHOGM and other reports, if you remember. Going forward, I propose that the Committee on Education and Sports, together with the Shadow Minister of Sports, who is a member of the committee, undertake monthly oversight visits to all AFCON 2027 infrastructure projects. These regular inspections will enable Parliament to closely monitor progress, identify implementation, bottlenecks where bottlenecks are, and ensure that contractors remain on schedule. I further urge that the Minister of State for Sports facilitate and support the committee in the smooth execution of its oversight mandate by ensuring timely access to project sites, relevant documentation, and technical officials wherever required. Such collaboration will enhance transparency, accountability, and value for money as Uganda prepares to co-host AFCON Pamoja 2027. I beg to submit, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
First, to thank the Leader of Opposition and entirely thank my colleague, the Shadow Minister. He deserves a standing ovation for the observations he has raised. Why I'm saying this, I want first to confirm with all his submissions that as the Ministry responds for sports, we support them. Number two, we welcome the Parliamentary Committee on Sports to carry out its oversight because that's constitutional. Number three, I'm ready and the Ministry is ready to cooperate with you to visit all these projects. Number three, those which are under our mandate as a Minister of Education and Sports are sporting. Like in my statement, I didn't mention clearly, this is ministry by ministry approach. For instance, if you talk about roads, this work is being undertaken by Ministry of Works and Transport. If you talk about airport, it's under the Ministry of Works and Transport. If you talk about the contractors in different sectors, it's according to the procurement methods used by those respective sectors. So I wanted first to make that clear. But to the specifics, 101 billion, Right Honorable Leader of Opposition, is a loan facility which government has earmarked to give to the selected hotels. I will talk about the selected hotels. That loan facility, what government has done, you all know that the lending rates of UDB is 12%. Here we discuss that can we give them at 5% so that we are able to give them, and then also can we talk about the time, the duration of the facility, because these people were having their businesses, but now CAF, as per our host agreement, has come as and indicated the specific areas they want them to improve, and to some of them it was not a must, they must do it, and that's why we had to sit with them. Now, how were they identified? I want to come to the following. Number one, there was a CAF consultant who was contracted by the Confederation of African Football. It came what awaits them in as far as AFCON 2027 is concerned.
Thank you.
I also want to say, for purposes of my sister from Wakiso, I entirely want to say this, Madam Member of Parliament, and the leadership of Wakiso. The RCC, and in line with the host agreement between Uganda and CAF, one of the representatives of the local authorities is meant to be in the local organizing committee. And I want to confirm, for Wakiso, the resident city commissioner, the RDC of Wakiso, is a member on the local organizing committee. For Hoima, RDC, for Hoima, can I pay protected right, Mr. Speaker? I was talking about the involvement of the local leaders. But number two, for my colleague here, I want formally to say this, right, Mr. Speaker. I will be able to formally communicate and have an engagement with my colleagues of the members of Parliament from Wakiso as a whole, because if you look at what we are doing in the entire project, is by the way Wakiso, Nambole is Wakiso. And okay. I want to say this, honorable colleagues, with your permission, that can I proceed and finish? The other issues which were raised, Madam Right Honorable Speaker, is on the issue of the roads, which are meant to be worked on the Hoima cluster. It's an oversight. I promise to communicate formally to you from my statement. I'd actually meant it was within, but the first one is the Rujumba Road, which is going to have an interloop to the city in Hoima. That one is meant to be tarmacked. Last but not least, Right Honorable Speaker, timely report to Parliament. Mr. Speaker, you are the originator of the order paper. I'm at your service as a minister in the docket of education to report to Parliament as when is agreed. The other one is on, I think, Right Honorable Speaker, those were the main issues which have been raised. But once again, I want to reiterate, government is committed to implementation of AFCON 2027. On the project becoming CHOGM, friends, I think we learn from different lessons. And I studied history. And the French word was a bobon what? They learned nothing and forgot nothing. I don't